Good morning, friends and relatives. Thank you for joining us this morning on our food sovereignty program, Food for Thought. Thank you for all coming back on this cold day. Last night it got, I believe, like 26 below zero. It's been super cold here. So hope everyone is staying warm in the plains and the Midwest. I'm coming to you live from Lame Deer, Montana, and we're just real thankful to be here today. Thankful for all of you following us. We've been doing this program, our food sovereignty program, since May of last year. So we're coming up on a year. As soon as the pandemic hit, we wanted to find ways to just really connect with all of you out there and to help us stay centered, to help us provide programming to help us, it's a food sovereignty program. So help us in all areas of food sovereignty and wellness. So today, we have some awesome guests I'm real excited about today. My name is Lynette Tubles. I'm Oglala Lakota and I'm Northern Cheyenne. My traditional name is Duenyakiapiwi, and I come originally from the Oglala Lakota Nation in Pine Ridge, South Dakota. I was raised there. My grandparents, Matthew and Nellie Tubles, who raised me, and I'm real fortunate to be able to be raised by elders and by grandparents. And so, today, everything that we do, everything that I do, the teachings, everything really goes back to them and the way of life that they showed me. So that's what Yellowbird Life Ways, that's what that really means. It means a whole way of life, and it means reconnecting, reminding, reconnecting, and reclaiming, our life ways, because that's what gives us strength, that's what nurtures us, that's what keeps us connected to ourselves, to our own spirit. And land is so crucial. So today, you might ask, for those of you who've seen our post earlier and yesterday, about our guests today. We have some hip hop artists, native hip hop artists, and you might ask yourself, well, what does food sovereignty have to do with hip hop? And so, I listened to a song. My daughter, Crystal Tubles, is the director of the LandBack campaign for Indian Collective, and she shared she was listening to this song that our artist here created, and I really liked it. Like, it connected to me, it talked to me, it spoke to me, and I thought that would be so cool if we were able to get them on our program to share this song. And so, that's the connection. And the song is really about reconnecting back to the land and what that looks like. And so I'm not going to give too much more away, but I want to encourage all of you, if you have any comments, to just put it in a comment section. Also, we'll be posting in the comment section how to reach these individuals. If you have any, if you want their new, the song, how to get the song, and how to stay connected to them and their following. So we'll be posting that in a comment section. So if you have any comments, questions, you can post that there. I'll be checking on that. And I encourage you to share with your friends and family on your Facebook page. So, so I'm going to introduce our guests today. And like I said, I'm really, really honored and excited that they're with us. So I'm just going to pull up some information here. Bear with me. Okay, so our first, the first one I'm going to address is 2 for 1. 2 for 1. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but basically it's 2 for 1. 2 for 1 is Dakota Borakua.
Boricua.
Bowiqua.
Boricua.
Boiqua. Okay. Hip hop artist. And that's Puerto Rican, correct? It's like okay. Yeah. So hip hop artist from Minneapolis, Minnesota. His name is a representation of his mixed identity, and his music is an honest reflection of his life experience and personal struggles, his hopes and dreams for the future, spirituality and connectedness to the land, love, and the realities of the world we live in. I love that. He has put his life on the line to protect the water and our planet. His style is an embodiment of intricate lyricism with complex vocabulary, balanced by very clear, smooth, and concise delivery with a socially aware approach. He touches on topics such as indigenous resiliency, politics, health, defending Mother Earth, and fighting against oppressive systems. Another common vibe in his music is humor and lighthearted fun, catchy songs that are intended to bring a level of happiness to the listener. The underlying message to his music is always connected to freedom. And they're also, I want to let everybody know, like each of these artists is also going to be performing one of their own songs. So that'll come later. So I just want to welcome Tufawan. And do you want to say anything in opening just to greet our audience?
Yeah, I'm Itakepi. How's everybody doing? My name is Two for One, and I am Medewa Kantuan Dakota, people of the Spirit Lake, and I'm also Boricua, and I'm from the south side of Minneapolis. I do hip hop music. I'm a rapper and a singer and a producer, and it's always an honor to perform with my brothers here, and it's also an honor to be a part of this program, especially because it relates to the message of the song, and I think we're all on a very similar frequency. So Pidamiya for having us, and I feel really good to be here, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Two for One. Okay, the next person I'm going to introduce is Natani Means. He's Oglala Lakota, Omaha, and Dene. He is a talented hip hop artist raised on both the Navajo Nation in Arizona and the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. He tells a unique perspective on life as an Indigenous person in the 21st century America. He has performed at countless venues, universities, high schools, middle schools, and youth programs, both nationally, internationally, in Canada and Europe. Recently finishing his fourth European tour, he starred in MTV's Rebel Music Native America series, Viceland, Standing Rock Part 2. He has also appeared in Billboard magazine and the Fader magazine online publications. Natani has been featured as on major platforms such as Power 105 FM, The Breakfast Club, and Hot 97 in the morning in New York City. He recently released a second project titled Balance in August of 2018 on all platforms, and it has garnered the attention from mainstream outlets from all over the world. And I just want to say to Natani, thank you for joining us today and agreeing to do this. Natani has, every year we just actually finished this up, our 400-mile Fort Robinson Outbreak spiritual run from Nebraska all the way to Montana. And Natani, along the way in the past, has spoken to our kids and performed for them and when we come through Rapid City. And so, we've been connected that way through the years and through my daughter, Crystal Tugels, who is also the director of the LandBack campaign. So just want to thank you for joining us, Natani. And is there anything you'd like to add or share?
No, just thank you for having me. I'm excited about today, and this is a really great show to be on. So, Wopila.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then, so our next guest comes comes to us the from Rosebud, South Dakota, and I'm just looking for his bio here real quick, so just bear with me. And we're real honored that he's with us. And I have to say that I was telling my daughters, you know, I have daughters that are 17 and 19. I was telling one of them that he was, and she said, "Oh, I love his song." Like she already knew who he was, and she loved one of his songs. So we're real honored that he's going to be here today. So just bear with me just a second. And if any of you have any questions or anything that you want to mention or say to these guys, just put it in the comments. Okay. So Gunnar, he comes to us from Rosebud, South Dakota. And in reading what he sent over to me last night, you know, it really touched my heart, because one of the things that he mentioned is how, you know, during the time he got started, how hip hop really helped him, because there was so many suicides on Rosebud, and, you know, especially the loss of some of his friends. And so he, you know, used music to help him, to give him strength, to help him heal, to be able to express himself. And, you know, so I think that message is really powerful. And I think, you know, especially as hip hop artists, I think there's a responsibility to, because you're talking to young people, you know, the words that you put in your music and your songs, like you're talking to the young people. So when I read that, it really touched me, and it, you know, made me proud that, you know, for the work that he's doing. So I want to bring on Gunnar Jules, and, you know, have him share a little bit about himself, and also, you know, if he just wants to greet our audience this morning. Welcome, Gunnar.
Hey, thanks, Lynette. Mitaki Api. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good out there. Um, yeah, like, I guess just to say a little bit. So I say I'm an independent alternative R&B artist and hip hop. Um, see Chongu Lakota from the Rosebud Sioux Tribe. So I sing, songwrite, and produce. And it's always just a blessing to be able to do what I love doing, and being able to network and be in the presence of other artists and creating friends and relationships on this journey. So, but I live back home in Rosebud, and thanks for the opportunity bringing us on.
Yeah, so thank all of you. So what I'd like to do right now is, I think we're going to share the song here, because they're all in different locations. Natani is in New Mexico, Tufa One is in Minneapolis, and Gunnar is in Rosebud, South Dakota. So we weren't able to get them all together to perform the song, but we're going to play it, and then they're going to also perform individually a song that they want to share with our audience this morning. So, but back to the song, I think when I was listening to the lyrics, some of what it was talking about was, you know, how to, if you see the flag behind me, it says LandBack. And what does that mean? You know, what does that mean to you, LandBack? And to me, it really means reconnecting back to our life ways. And so when I heard that song, you know, it talked about food sovereignty. It talked about, you know, growing food, growing squash and corn, and, you know, the water, and, you know, so it's like, that's what it has to do with food sovereignty. That's what it has to do with our program. And our program is called Food for Thought, you know, food for thought. So what do we put in our minds, our bodies, our spirit? And so through this program, we're feeding all of you. We're feeding all of our relatives, not just showing you ways to create food, to grow food, to harvest food, to hunt, to fish, to all of these things. But really, what are you feeding your mind to? And get you to think get you to expand your thoughts and think about things. And so I think that's what this song does for me anyway. And so I'm gonna, I think right now we'll listen to the song, and then I want to come back and ask each of the artists individually, what inspired them to write this song and to perform it. So Nikki, if you can go ahead and play our song. And the song is called Remedy.
Turn it up a little bit, Nikki.
GC on the track, boy. We need that energy. I said we need that energy. Outback with the remedies, grown with our own specialties and our recipes, passed down through our memories. We need that energy. I said we need that energy. Outback with the remedies, grown with our own specialties and our recipes, passed down through our memories. Envisioning the scenery with mountains and peaks and glacier-fed water in the creek. Sounds so sweet, sweet grass as we ride to the beat. Cruise through a valley with the clouds and the heat from the sun graces our skin so radiant. We taking it in and it's enough to go around, enough for everyone, enough for us to all feel loved. And nobody is above anyone. Feel high without the drugs, grow our own damn bud, and that's in the plan. The hemp farm grow 10-foot cannabis plants, CBD oils and butternut squash, infusing with different recipes, making our own sauce with red chilies and songs we could all sing along to. Build our own villages we all move on to, free from the pollution, contamination, with the cleanest water and air. That's the resolution. Yeah, we need that energy. I said we need that energy. Outback with the remedies, grown with our own specialties and our recipes, passed down through our memories. We need that energy. I said we need that energy. Outback with the remedies, grown with our own specialties and our recipes, passed down through our memories.
So we feed the fire, keep it lit till ceasefire. Underneath police hide, wounded knee, unleashed sky. We're pressed for peace and peace of mind. But Galatians treaty signed, buried season how we grew. We'll slowly count cool as we grow to know our roots. Yeah, yeah. Our history, victory. No mystery, we're strong and I'll make history. Give thanks to engage straight through our high power and our dark side. We all alive, but until the night we lit. We woke now, more slow down, we ate. We still here, we ain't going out like this. We still here, we ain't going out like. We going out like, just going out like this, yeah. My heart's pouring out like this, yeah. Sound of your spirit, make sure that fire stays lit.
We need that energy. I said we need that energy. Outback with the remedies, grown with our own specialties and our recipes, passed down through our memories. We need that energy. I said we need that energy. Outback with the remedies, grown with our own specialties and our recipes, passed down through our memories.
Yeah. I need this energy reciprocated, the type of synergy that can't be imitated. I'm talking corn, red, blue, and orange. You smile against the sunset, your beauty's so foreign to me. You must be from the east, so tell me what your people grew to eat. I'm talking food sovereignty and everything in between. We can lose reality, get lost in our dreams. It's just you and me. I found this feeling of freedom and I don't wanna let it go. I'm an eagle in the Garden of Eden, watch me grow. This is bigger than what we believe in. I hope you know all this talking that I'm doing is not for show. Yeah, this is the start of a new era, so hold my hand and tell me that you ain't scared of fighting for this land. Cause everything we do is Creator's chosen plan. Learn to live through these moments so we overstand.
We need that energy. I said we need that energy. Outback with the remedies, grown with our own specialties and our recipes, passed down through our memories. We need that energy. I said we need that energy. Outback with the remedies, grown with our own specialties and our recipes, passed down through our memories.
Ooh, that's a good song.
All right. So I love that song. I love that. I love the lyrics in it. I love what it stands for. So we're going to bring Two for One back first of all. And the way I understand it, that each of you created lyrics for it. So your part
Mhm.
was the first part that came on. So maybe you can just share a little bit about that. Share the lyrics that you created and what the inspiration behind that and what that means to you.
Yeah, for sure. We were in Mesa, Arizona when we created this song, and we were kind of just sitting around, like listening to beats. We were writing a lot of the songs at the place that we were staying, and just kind of hanging out. And this beat pops up, and I was like, man, this is a really pleasant sounding beat, and I think it would be a great addition to the project. Something that sounds kind of lighthearted, almost pleasant, and the idea. Me and Gunnar kind of came up with the chorus together, and sang it together, and the idea and the theme and what we were kind of all talking about was this image of what land back looks like after the land is given back, right? And after we're in a place where we're able to be liberated from these colonized systems and be free from these oppressive ways and be able to live out our dreams that we're currently fighting for, right? So it's like that dream, because a lot of songs tend to be about like the struggle to get there and the fight to get there, which is totally real. um but we wanted to kind of balance it out a little bit, with a song that kind of just talked about what life would be like when the land is back to us, and we're fully stewards of the land again, and really taking care of it, and how the land is also taking care of us, and there's that reciprocal energy basically. Yeah, so we all wrote our own verses for it, and yeah, it just came together really well, and it's a really pretty song.
Yeah, it is. All right, thank you. And so we'll move on to Natani. So Natani, you kind of came on with the second part with your lyrics. Maybe you can just share some of the lyrics that are on there, some of the words, and same question, how the inspiration, what it means to you, what it meant to you to create those words and those lyrics.
Yeah. Well, my verse is the third verse. Gunner's the second.
The third, oh, okay.
But I think with mine, I heard those guys come up with theirs first,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard the concept behind it. So with that, it made me want to go into like a different mindset. Because we like Tufa said, we're always constantly talking about getting land back, but what happens after that? So what happens after that? I kind of just envision like just pure forms of love, right? And so I related land with the relationship with meeting a woman, and that's from a different tribe or different nation. And when I say you must be from the east, so tell me what your people grew to eat. I'm talking food sovereignty and everything in between. So I'm talking like, like let's share our knowledge together so we can move forward and expand relationships. And I talk about corn because I grew up in Chinle, Arizona, and I grew up with a family that we planted the fields of corn, watermelon, squash, beans, peppers, different kind of melons. We grew a lot of things, and this was in a time when the rains were expected, and we irrigated from the canyon, so we irrigated our water in. Um, and I grew up watching that happen and hearing stories of how it was just always fields of corn, fields of corn. Chinle was fields of corn, and nowadays you don't see that. The rains don't come as much anymore. It's becoming a real dust bowl, and it's really sad. And we had to when we did plan again, we had to adjust to bringing out hoses, small hoses to water each plant individually, and it was difficult. I remember it being very difficult, and so I grew up seeing different kinds of corn, the red, the blue, the orange, the rainbow colored corn. corn is very sacred to the Navajo. And I think that's why I related it to somebody back east, because corn is also very sacred to like the Hood and the Shawnee,
Mm-hmm.
you know, those eastern tribes as well. So it was nice to talk about something like that, and you know, and project something of love out there rather than something intense or something very hard. I think our people need to hear things like that, hear stories of love, hear stories of relationships to the land. We have a very unique perspective. So that's kind of like the inspiration behind my verse.
Yeah, Natani, you know, I really love that, because one of the things that we always talk about is, you know, just like even Yellowbird Lifeways, we say what do we do while we nurture breath of life? That's what we say. That's like our purpose statement, nurturing breath of life. And the way you talked about having a relationship with a woman, you know, and the connection to the land. That is so powerful, because the land nurtures us. The land provides us what we need. And that connection is so powerful. Like we're connected to the land, like we're connected to our mother through the umbilical cord. That's how powerful that connection is. So just like women, we represent life, you know, no women, no life, no water, no life. Mother Earth represents life. Mother Earth represents nurturing, you know, providing everything for us. So I think, you know, that was really profound and really deep what you just shared. And for those of you who don't know out there, you know, Natani has created his own way. He's created his own path, but he also has a huge legacy that was created for him, you know, through his father, Lexi Russell. Russell means, and everything that he did to, you know, stand up for our people and to, you know, so we could have a voice. You know, there's a generation that kind of paved the way for all of the younger generation, and all of us, you know, we all have a responsibility um, to the circle of life, and there's always someone watching us. The younger generation is always watching. So, you know, we need to think about that as we move forward in life in the direction that we're going. And, you know, whether it's younger siblings or just our audience, people that watch us, listen to us, hear us. And so, but thank you for sharing that. And it's also really good to hear that, you know, the connection to the land, how you actually, you know, work the land growing corn. I know here, corn is really a sacred food amongst the Cheyenne people as well. And so I love those lyrics in the song. So thank you for sharing that, Natani. All right, we're going to move on over to Gunner. And Gunner, his were the second set that was in there. So the same question to you, Gunner. You know, what inspired you with the lyrics that you wrote, and, you know, just share with our audience how you connected to that.
Sure, yeah. So like Tufo was saying, I kind of came up with the hook together and the melody and everything. Actually, I had a verse that I've already had written, and it fit the vibe. And I'm more talking about uh, having a fire within us, and as we're growing and beginning to learn more about our history and ourselves, you know, we're at a point now where like our history is seeds were planted whenever our ancestors were fighting back, you know, fighting against um, losing our ways and losing, you know, our sovereignty. And so my lyrics, some of my lyrics, you know, it starts off saying, "Feed the fire, keep it lit till cease fire. On our knees, police
Mhm.
hide wounded knee, unleash skyward, prayers for peace and peace of mind. Broken leases, treaty sign, uh, buried seeds, and now we grew." Um, I could really go through the whole thing, but it's you know, growing slowly, counting cool as we grow to know our roots. Um, So kind of just acknowledging kind of how we're growing as a people, and kind of this, we're at a point where we're able to, uh as long as we're able to keep that fire lit, um so it's not as much, intentional, just because it was written before, or else I probably would have been a little more intentional about it relating to everybody, but I think it does in a way still. So um that's
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it does relate. I think it is powerful because you're talking about, really planting seeds and lighting that fire within each of us. And we all have a light within each of us. And sometimes that light is dim. We're affected by our environment and things that we allow to come into our environment. And so that light is dim. But when we, light that fire and we reconnect to those things that bring us joy, that feel good to us,
yeah, yep,
and we fan those flames and it grows, and then we're offering our gifts because each of us has a gift to offer the circle of life. And when we follow that gift and that passion, it takes care of us, and we're offering that to that circle. So all of us have a gift, and it all goes back to connecting back to ourselves, back to the land, back to, it's all connected. So I think it is powerful. It is, it does go together. That's what created this song. That's what makes it powerful, is because all the different aspects coming together to make the song strong. Just like the circle of life, when we all come together, we make the circle strong. And my companion Chief Philip Whiteman, he always says, when you empower the circle will empower you. And that's what that reminds me of. But first, you have to keep that light strong within you first, and then you can bring it, to the circle, and then you impact everyone. So I think, it is important. It is that the lyrics were powerful as well. So I just want to thank all of you for sharing that about the song and some of the lyrics. I just wanted to read that here, what they said. Some of what the lyrics said. I hope I got it right. It says, we need that energy. This is the chorus, right? We need that energy back with the remedy, growing our own specialties and recipes passed down through our memories. I love that because that in itself says so much. We always hear, about like corn, going back to corn and those seeds and how the seeds carry memories. The seeds carry the memories of our ancestors. And so when we plant those seeds, it's bringing back all of that from our ancestors and all of that strength and all of that resilience. So, it's really a powerful song. So I would really encourage you guys to, maybe one of you can put in the comments too, how people can get this song, how they can purchase a song, download it, or, I don't know if any one of you want to answer this, but, I know you have a whole album coming out. You have more songs. So when is that coming out? Do you have an idea? And then just share how people can get that.
Yeah, so the whole project LandBack is an association with Indian Collective. They made it possible for this album to be recorded and to happen. We shot several videos for it already. Right now we're just doing like the pre-promotion. We're building up the pre-promotion for it. We're hoping that it will be out. I'm waiting on the final mixes from the studio, the mastered versions. So hopefully by March, end of March, I'm thinking. We're trying to get it out ASAP. Like that's the main goal for me right now, is to get it out ASAP. So that seems like a good time frame. And then we'll be releasing videos and content, and then after the release, we'll be releasing more videos. We have a shoot plan for the Remedy song as well, and that's exciting. So it'll be on all platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, all of it, Apple Music. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be, we might do some things. We might put it on vinyl. I saw someone in the comments ask if it was going to be on tape. I don't think it'll be on tape, but but it'll be somewhere, somewhere easy accessible. But yeah, so it's featuring
collector's item.
Yeah, but it's featuring, myself, Gunner, 2 for 1, Anton Edwards, who's going by Anton now. It's featuring Bear, who's from Taos Pueblo. She's an amazing MC. Lady Midnight, who's also from Minneapolis. Olivia, Liv the artist. She's Comanche from Oklahoma. And a couple other artists as well. Rolly Raps, who's from Rosebud. Akichitu, who's from Pine Ridge. So it's very musically diverse, has a lot of hip hop, R&B mixed together, has a bit of traditional in there, and it's a really good project. So I'm excited for you guys to hear that. So just follow us on Instagram. You can search all of our names, how they're spelled up here. Just follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll be kept up to date on all of the releases.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to that. Maybe when you film your video, you can come film some of our, we're ramping up right now and getting ready for our, food sovereignty. It's starting to be planting season. A lot of people are they're going to start to grow their seeds indoors, and then moving to planting, where we're actually planting in the ground and then growing, harvesting. So all of that is all that we do. So just putting a bug in your ear.
That all sounds like really cool imagery that could go in the video, honestly.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go. So okay, so thank you all for sharing that song. The name of the song is Remedy, for those of you out there. Do you have a name for the album yet?
For which album? For the LandBack
The
album?
LandBack. Is that the name of it?
It's just called LandBack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the name of the album, LandBack. Just like behind me is my my flag here, my LandBack flag. So now what we want to do is we'll go ahead and move in that same order. We'll go back to 2for1, and he's going to share one of his songs that he created, and he's going to share that with the audience. Maybe you can just explain a little bit about the song.
Yeah, so this song that I'm doing, I think it's like over 4 years old by now. And it kind of has a very similar feeling to the Remedy. I feel like Remedy is almost like an updated newer version with Natani and Gunner's voice on it. It talks about learning the ways of how our ancestors cultivated, and being in a space to learn how to live off of the land and go back to those ways. And so it's a similar song. And yeah, I have a music video to it, which is great. I was picking blueberries and raspberries in the video. And yeah, this is the Sage Patch Kid. If it's too quiet or too loud, just let me know. Yeah, and can I go ahead and start performing it? Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. Early morning, let the sunny rise, crusty eyes. Early morning, let the sunny rise, crusty eyes. Early morning, let the sunny rise, crusty eyes. Hope you can feel my vibe. Yeah. Early morning, let the sunny rise, crusty eyes. Early morning, let the sunny rise, crusty eyes. Early morning, let the sunny rise, crusty eyes. Feel my vibe, yo. When I see the tallest trees, I believe I'm looking at my living ancestors allowing us to breathe. Although they can't see, its senses are probably far beyond you and me. The plants have a spirit energy. We will feed on the seeds, and if they're not quite edible, we will turn them into beads and wear jewelry. That gives us protection. You who wear my necklace. I think I got it out of Powwow in Texas. I can't remember. No way, it was Denver at the Coliseum. Peace to the Navajo tribe, my native brothers and sisters. I came from Minnesota, a Minneapolis Dakota. And Spirit Lake is reservation that I'm enrolled in, a family of survivors. I can't believe I'm here, but I'm still alive and well, baby, I'm thriving. Had to cut the fried bread. I want to make some wild rice together later on, and we wild for the night. First, can you teach me how to garden? Can you teach me how our ancestors harvest? Can you show me how to put life back in the yard, in the soil of the earth that we walk? Is it really hard? Please, can you teach me how to garden? Can you teach me how our ancestors harvest? Can you show me how to put life back in the yard, in the soil of the earth that we walk? Is it really hard? I'm like a hippie with a fade. Get lifted in different ways on my path of enlightenment. Would you like a hit or hit me on a different day? Unless you're trying to ride this wave, unless you want to make this feel like your favorite holiday. I want to take my shoes off and prance around, laughing in the yard while we dance to some magic sounds, wagging out, picking raspberries and mulberries and strawberries. Grandma used to send us to the woods to pick choke cherries. It wasn't so scary, really, those were happy days. She sent us down a hill where there was a massive patch of sage. I'm a sage patch kid, you dig? Eating hot dish and it was delish. I almost burned my lip. She had an apple orchard, it was just too early to pick. We had to wait for fall, but by then we'd be gone. So we sang songs, play with dogs in the lawn or the pasture. Gravel roads kicking up dust with cattails, tall grass in the back. Heard the laughter, the sweet laughter. Now can you teach me how to garden? Can you teach me how our ancestors harvest? Can you show me how to put life back in the yard, in the soil of the earth that we walk? Is it really hard? Please, can you teach me how to garden? Can you teach me how our ancestors harvest? Can you show me how to put life back in the yard, in the soil of the earth that we walk? Is it really hard? Can you teach me the importance of growing our own food? Can you teach me how to put love into everything I do? Teach me what it means to forgive and give gifts without expecting anything in return. I'm just ready to learn. I want to burn that same sage I picked when I was just a kid so it can give me guidance. I want to tap into what my great-grandparents provided on the island of Borican. Live off the land and go completely off the grid with a tiny house, a plot of land, starfruit trees, plantains, bananas, avocados, and all that. And we can make juice and cherry blossom green tea. And while I'm playing chords, you can sing to me deep into the night as the coquis sing back to us peacefully. Those little beautiful island frogs. And while the street dogs fall asleep, we all start nodding off. We pass out in the hammock and I have that same dream of you teaching me how to garden. You're teaching me how our ancestors harvest. You're showing me how to put life back in the yard, in the soil of the earth that we walk. And it's not hard. You're teaching me how to garden. You're teaching me how our ancestors harvest. You're showing me how to put life back in the yard, in the soil of the earth that we walk. And it's not hard. Yeah. Because it's not hard. Yeah, because it's not hard. Because it's not hard. Yeah. All right, and that song is like I said, the song is called The Sage Patch Kid. It's kind of reminiscent of my childhood. It brings back a lot of those memories when I was, with my grandparents, like Lake Travers, Rez, and she had an apple orchard and we would go out and pick choke cherries and pick sage, and it kind of just brings back those memories. So it's very reminiscent of like a certain time period of when I was a child. It totally relates to the theme of today and everything. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that song, Sage Patch Kid. So how can people get that song?
you can get that song. Like I said, I have a music video on that. Otherwise, that is actually exclusively on my Bandcamp page. So if you go to 2for1.bandcamp.com, you could find it there. That is exclusive to my Bandcamp.
Maybe you can put that in the comments. Yeah, put that in the comments so people can get that.
Will do.
Yeah, I love that. There's a time period when people used to have gardens. They used to grow their own food. It was a commonplace, you know, everyone had it in the community. And then there's this whole time period when people disconnected from all of that. And then now we see it coming back again, like this revitalization and resurgence of all of these ways. And it's really powerful. I love that song. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Okay, so Natani,
All right.
are you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna play the beat just real quick. I'm gonna sound check it. 2 Foot, can you tell me if you hear it?
Turn it up.
Probably turn it up just a little bit. That sounds good.
That right there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so this song I have right now is called Earth Girl. I wrote it in 2019. I have a video to it on YouTube. It's basically a song where I kind of relate like a woman's beauty to the earth, and I don't do these comparisons, but I do these similar, like I compare her similar features to the earth and like the love. Again, it's kind of like the verse and remedy, the love of who she is and what we can have in this moment together. So the song's called Earth Girl. It's a really good song, really good video. So check it out. Check. Look. My Earth girl, I haven't seen you in a minute. Lips soft as clouds, smell the rain in your kisses, my whole world. I could feel you when you're distant. Give your body warmth, give you chills when I'm up in it. I listen to your breath and hear the wind go through the trees. You're like an Arizona sunset on a warm summer's eve. Soft like the ocean when the moon greets the sea. And when I look into your eyes, I see the universe breathe. This love is revolutionary, so I hold it sacred. And I fall a little deeper when I hear you speak your language. Sage and sweet grass is your everyday fragrance. And I'm learning as I go. And it's hard for me to say this. Find me in the next life. Should we part ways tonight? Yeah. I said, find me in the next life. Should we part ways tonight? Could it happen I was selfish that you walked away so eagerly? Took my heart and held it, then you ripped away a piece of me. I'm finally finding peace in me. I said, I'm finally finding peace in me. This is more than infatuation. These feelings are ancient. It took all the wrong relations just to find you. Yes, I'm patient. And as we sit underneath the stars, let our hearts become in sync to the melody of universal language. Baby, let me make you a sandwich. And if you're feeling what I'm feeling, then we must have balance. We could tell our story in the patterns of a rug. Hold this energy sacred every time we make love. And I'm a sucker for you whenever we stand. And I mention your name whenever I'm praying. I lose myself between your thighs and I find the meaning to this world in your mind. My Earth girl, I haven't seen you in a minute. Lips soft as clouds, smell the rain in your kisses, my whole world. I could feel you when you're distant. Give your body warmth, give you chills when I'm up in it. My Earth girl, I haven't seen you in a minute. Lips soft as clouds, smell the rain in your kisses, my whole world. I could feel you when you're distant. Give your body warmth, give you.
Wow, I love that. That is awesome. I think it goes in line with today. You know, our tomorrow is Valentine's Day. You know, a day that society, I guess, put aside to celebrate love. We should celebrate love every day. That song was a good reminder again of our connection. And what I find really interesting is how these songs, both from you and Two for One, where you know you created songs originally before that, and then now how they come back into this current song, Remedy. I find that really interesting. There's a connection there. And, it goes back to the foundations. And so I love that. Thanks, Natani, for singing that. And, sending love out to all the Earth girls out there. All right. Okay, Gunnar, you got your song ready? And I think Gunnar here, he has a special song for us today that he is just going to be releasing tomorrow on his for his following. So you want to share some of that with us, Gunnar?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna do the same thing and check how's my mic sound? Good? So my mic sound clear. I'm gonna play the music just to check too. Let me know if it needs to be louder. So I'm gonna have some backing tracks too because I don't have the performance version yet. But yeah, so this song is called "You Will Be Fine," and I actually recorded it out in Minneapolis over at 2 for Ones, the Purple Playground where you see him at right now. It was a few weeks ago, and like you said, the song's gonna be special because it's gonna be dropping tomorrow. Actually, tonight, midnight Eastern time. So whatever that time is, wherever you're from, it's all gonna drop at once. So it's gonna be before midnight for a lot of us. And it's called "You Will Be Fine," featuring an artist named Jada Lynn, and she's also Dakota and she lives in Minneapolis. And to me, it's a special song. I wrote it a while ago, and I dedicated it to my daughter. And it's sort of talking about, just encouraging, offering words of encouragement that you will be fine through hard times, or just something to kind of meditate to get through hard times. And so that's what the song's about. And and I'm gonna leave her vocals in there too, so y'all can hear it. So I'll be performing over some tracks, but and it's gonna be, yeah, like I said, it's gonna be out tomorrow. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hope you enjoy the song. Everybody can mute themselves. One, two, three, four. Yeah, 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 yeah. You got everything you need. There's something inside you can't see. You need someone to believe in. You got the need to be free. Free from the guilt you conceived in your mind. Overthink all the time, baby girl, you'll be fine, baby girl. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be, baby, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Anywhere that you go, you're not alone. You'll be fine. Jada Lynn. Head in my pillow, sleep with my eyes closed. Haunted by the same ghost, my mind always doing the most. Slowly breathing in smoke, blowing out the window. I always had the same goal. My goal has always been to survive. These moments can be complicated, but I'll make it out. got everything you need. Something inside you can't see. You need someone to believe in. You got the need to be free. Free from the guilt you conceived in your mind. Overthink all the time, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Anywhere that you go, you're not alone. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah, so that's You'll Be Fine. Me featuring Jada Lynn. Let me pause it real quick before it tries to do an encore. All right.
Wow, that was beautiful. It was really beautiful. And the tenderness and the encouragement, you know, like you said, it was made for your daughter. Inspiration was your daughter, you know, the love of a father and a daughter. It's really beautiful. I think it's perfect for our show today, because, you know, we need our women, children, girls, they need their fathers. They need that male figure in their life to be strong, to protect, but also to nurture, to love too. And that song was, you know, just beautiful. And especially for today,
Thank you.
our program, you know, to our Valentine's Day program. And so I just want to thank all of you for coming on today. And it was awesome. I really enjoyed it today. And I enjoyed all the music. Um, and I want to encourage the audience out there, you can still come back onto our Facebook page and watch this over again. You can still share it as well. We encourage you. We put all of how to reach them, I believe, in the comments, or how to purchase the songs that they sang should be in the comments as well. So you can go on to there and follow them on Instagram as well. And Yellowbird Lifeways is also on Instagram. We're new to Instagram on so go to Yellowbird Lifeways on Instagram and like that as well. You can also find out more information about our work. You know, we have not only this food sovereignty program that we do every Saturday morning, but we also have a storytelling session that we do every Wednesday night. And we have a lot of different stories. This past week, we had Chief Oren Lyons was on there. And so we encourage you to, you know, check back on this page. And we have these ongoing programs. So you can follow us also on our yellowbirdlifeways.org is our website. And so just want to thank all of you. Do you have anything you want to say in closing before we close out today? And
I just want to say thank you for having us perform. These songs are really meaningful to us, and they, you know, this is another form of medicine for us, and it really helps us get through these hard times, especially during the pandemic. So to be able to be in my studio here and to be able to perform to a new, you know, potentially a new audience of people and share something that's really meaningful, and it's medicine to me and it's medicine to us, I think is a very beautiful thing. So we're very grateful, and I just wanted to say Pidamia for having us.
yeah, thank you, 2 for 1. Natani?
Yeah, I just want to give Lila Wopila to Yellowbird Lifeways, to Lynette, to Crystal, to everybody that's on the team, the comms team, for reaching out to us and having us perform and share words. It means a lot to us. You know, I know we're younger men, and you know, we're just trying our best to do how with whatever tools, however we're raised, you know, trying to become good role models for ourselves first, and then for other
Mhm.
people. I think that's very important to realize, is that you have to do for self first. And this music, like 2 for 1 said, is our medicine. It helps us out first, and then we release it to the world. Um, and we just really appreciate you guys. And in Lakota we say "Blahichiapo," to take courage. This is hard times, and there's no, we don't really see when this is gonna end, this pandemic, if it'll end in soon. But I just continue to pray for the elders, and you know, people that are my mom's age, in their 70s and 80s and on up, that they get the care they need. And you guys stay safe out there. Be mindful of where you're at. And lila wo pila tonka e chicho lo hao mitaku e oyasin.
Mm. Thank you, Natani. Gunnar, you have some closing words, thoughts?
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to follow up, same as the other guy said, that this is really good to be able to have these Zooms, or be able to talk to a new audience or be a part of these new conversations. Because I think the more that we have these conversations, the better it is for us to stay on track with, sometimes we're going without talking about the future, without talking about food sovereignty, without talking about or not receiving encouraging words, or even being able to share our music. And yeah, so I'm just always, it's such a blessing all the time, and I'm fortunate. And I hope everybody's taking care of themselves, taking care of each other. And Lila Wopila Tonka for having us on again. And thanks everybody who tuned in and is watching, and supporting this in a good way. And all the support goes a long ways, especially in our community. So little things add up, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you. Thank all three of you. You know, we always try to do our best to support the younger generation. And, you know, I want to encourage everybody out there, all of our viewers to, I know we have a lot of viewers that are all different age groups, and, you know, to see this side of you and to hear the lyrics. And our words are powerful. We always say that our words, what we choose to use, are really powerful. And to hear all of the words in the songs, you know, today, you know, that was really uplifting. It was powerful. And I want to thank all of you for that. You all are gifted. You know, you all have a gift to offer the world. Thank you for sharing your gift with us today. And we just want to encourage you and to keep going forward. And I'm proud of all three of you. So thank you. And, you know, maybe we'll have you back again in the future with your videos, when you get your videos together. And we also have, you know, other platforms that we do too. We have, you know, we do a program called Talk for Teens at different times. So, you know, we might bring you there too. But want to wish all of you the best, and, you know, with all of your endeavors. And sending love to everybody out there. Have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful life.
Thanks, y'all.
Hope you love the net.
Hope you
Mhm.
Peace out, everybody.